Hey guys, I'm Thomas.
And I'm Stacy. We're with I'm Not Lost, I'm RVing.com.
We're two retired police officers who are documenting selling everything we own to live full-time in an RV.
Welcome to the vlog.
Well, good afternoon, guys, from the central coast of California. We decided to take a break from filming our studio sessions and throw a vlog into the mix. I'm curious, what do you think of these studio sessions? We're kind of having fun with it. We're getting a little creative, getting a little opinionated. I almost kind of feel like we're tying up a lot of loose ends before we start the next chapter in our lives. So, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are. Today, Beck's mom's house has a showing, so we had to get out for a while, and it's Sunday, and it's a beautiful day, and I thought it'd be a good day to be a little creepy. Seriously, I think this is one of his songs. Is it? It's definitely not like one of the more popular songs. The voice is spot on. That would really be something else if they had a radio station broadcasting all of the music right from his house.
Mix 96.7.
Oh, I guess not. All right, here it is, guys. The Neverland Ranch. Michael Jackson's estate. Kind of mixed emotions about this place, but I thought it'd be kind of neat to take you here. Wow, those birds are just going crazy up there. Okay, so we got the gates. Guess some people have done a little graffiti. Oh wow, all kinds of stuff there. You know, a couple months ago we took you on a road trip around North County of San Luis Obispo County, and we took you to the James Dean Memorial. So we really enjoy these, odd and eclectic places. Yeah, people can say what they will, but he was an amazing artist for his time and definitely the king of pop in his era. Do you feel a little creepy being here?
Actually, it feels kind of sad because all the plants are cut back and it's...
Well, it's still definitely a working property because there's side-by-sides up here.
Yeah.
A lot of people have come here. Wow. And just written little notes to Michael here on the walls. Huh. Totally interesting. Yeah, this is still definitely a working property. Those are brand new machines. It's a guard shack. And then over here, got some more stuff. I guess we're not the only ones who've come here, honey. I wonder what the rest of the property looks like.
I don't know.
I do have an idea.
I know you do.
Well, it's only fitting if I'm gonna send the drone up and we're here at the Neverland Ranch, moonwalk back to the car.
It's a little hard to do on the asphalt.
Yeah, and especially in these Keens.
Yeah, you need to get the right shoes and you're missing a glove and...
Oh!
I can't believe you just did that. I'm kind of turned on right
now.
All right, time for a reality check. You will notice different clothing. It's morning, not afternoon. We're in a different location. Yeah, so yesterday we went home after we creepily flew the drone over Neverland Ranch, and all of the footage was a mess. It was grainy and looked terrible. Turns out that the last time we went out and I flew the drone, I messed up the settings when I was flipping back and forth between taking pictures and taking video. Somehow the iOS got turned off of auto into 1600. So the footage was all pretty terrible after that. And we didn't catch it until last night because we didn't take the drone footage off from when we flew it on Friday. So a few days ago. Anyway, we thought about wearing the same clothes back out here today and fooling you all, but that just seemed to go against everything we say we do. Which is to tell the truth. So we're making this doubly as creepy because we came back out this morning to get the footage again.
The ISO is adjusted, the exposure's adjusted, we're golden.
Off to Neverland. Come on, that was funny.
That was funny.
Did you get it?
We got it. I'm bad.
You know it.
So, where the hell's Oprah's house?
This one wasn't so bad because the celebrity doesn't actually own it anymore.
But it is a little creepy because some of the activities, well, I guess in a court of law, the alleged activities that happened here.
No more coffee in the car for you.
Seriously, guys, this is why I've owned very few white shirts. I spilled coffee. It's 9:52 in the morning and I got a stained shirt already.
Luckily, I came to the rescue with my Tide pen.
Yeah, and you're breaking my skin with that thing.
I'm not breaking your skin. Okay.
This is not a sponsored video for the Tide pen, by the way. Seriously, guys, it does not come without consequences. She was literally poking me.
Why?
Hurts your hand, doesn't it?
It really does. Okay, where's the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think
I think Grandma's car also needs to be vacuumed now.
Well, since we got to go home last night and then come back, I did have the chance to do a little bit of research about Neverland Ranch. And apparently it's not owned by the Jacksons anymore. That was the question that we had. But Michael Jackson actually sold it the year before he died. He was defaulting on his loan and he sold it to like a development company. And bought it 17 years before for $19.5 million, sold it for $35 million, and it is on the market right now for $67 million. Nobody lives out there right now. They took the amusement park down. It's just the buildings left. And it's kind of interesting when you go out there because they've put up a new facade at the entrance. It used to say Neverland and had this big metal gate. Apparently, Michael wasn't even living there when he sold it. He had moved to Bahrain after his trial here on the Central Coast.
We were living here when that was going on.
We were, yes. It was like right before we got married. Yeah. And apparently, that was another question I had. I couldn't really remember, but he was actually found innocent by the jury of all of the charges against him. So there's your morning history lesson. And now we're gonna head to Santa Barbara. And we're taking the back way. So Neverland Ranch is just on the street out of Los Olivos off of the 154. And if you drive the 101 through Santa Barbara and you're headed up the coast, there's a chance that Google will tell you to take the 154. It's called the Cachuma Pass. It's an awesome little mountain highway. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful scenery. There's a lavender farm up here. There's Los Olivos, which is an adorable little town. There's a lake, all kinds of neat things. And it actually saves you about 15 minutes if you're, leaving Santa Barbara and headed like to San Luis Obispo or something. So won't take you any longer, and it's a lovely little drive. You get to see something different than the 101.
Well, it looks like the Tide Stick did its job and maybe bought me some time and maybe saved the shirt from having like a full-time stain, but that's not bad. I can tolerate that for the day. So we came down into Santa Barbara because we need to go to a camera shop. Not Best Buy, where people not everybody really knows their stuff at Best Buy, but a dedicated camera shop. And down here in Santa Barbara is called Sammy's. We're not hard on our cameras, but we use the heck out of our cameras. And the one we're filming on right now, this Sony Alpha 6000, it's a great camera. It only shoots 1080p 60 frames per second, and we'd like to get something that shoots a little bit higher. And also, and I don't know if this is like a fault with all cameras, but they get hot when you do long-term video recordings. For example, our studio sessions were maybe good for 15, maybe 20 minutes of video before the camera gets so hot and it powers itself off. So that could be like a trait of all cameras in this style, but it's driving us crazy, and this is definitely the next camera to be upgraded. We're also having problems with the GoPro Karma grip, and after especially on like a curvy road, the camera gets all crooked on us, and you have to power it off and power it back on, and then we can't even stick it out the window anymore because the wind pushing on it, I know it's said to be brushless, but it then kind of tilts it with the wind. Very, very frustrating.
We have one other problem. Ben broke another one of our things. You broke the last one in your colonoscopy video.
This one did not last nearly as long, but that's definite frustration. And we were also kind of experiencing a wobble. I don't know if this would be the shoe, and the thing on the bottom of the camera was the foot, but we had to get a piece of plastic and then just kind of slide the camera in through this plastic. Definitely wobble when we walk. Yeah, definitely not a good GorillaPod this go around. And welcome to State Street in Santa Barbara. Definitely the more touristy and kind of shopping area of this town. All right, Sammy's camera. I think we're in the right place, honey. Wow.
This is a real camera store.
I know. I don't think we've ever been in one of these stores before.
No, not since we started vlogging.
We like to maintain some brand loyalty to Sony, and they have a new camera coming out. Oh, yeah. Well, it sounds like they don't want people filming them talking, but it also sounds like our overheating issue might be a memory card deal. Guys, there is so much that we need to learn about photography, videography, cameras. It is just so overwhelming. We've skated by this long just being auto mode people. And then Premiere Pro, the editing software I use. I still say I only use that to 1% of its capacity.
That seriously is a YouTuber's candy store. It was awesome. Lots of cool things to see and think about adding to our
camera bag?
Yeah, camera bag.
But as long as everything can fit in one bag.
We're getting kind of full though. The decision is do we think about trying a camcorder next time, or do we go stick with these regular mirrorless cameras? Decisions. All right, we're gonna stop for some lunch at a place that I've really wanted to bring Ben to since I was down here in October to stay with my grandma after she fell and broke her pelvis. And there's a huge line. This is actually, I know. It's because it's like the #1 place to eat in Santa Barbara. And actually this is short. When I was here, it was clear down into the driveway.
Travel tip number 84, a place with a line isn't always a bad thing. Usually it's a good thing.
Ben thought I should probably mention the name of the place we're eating today. It's called the La Super-Rico Taqueria, and you can find it on Yelp. It's #2 Mexican restaurant in town, but it is on North Milpas Street in Santa Barbara.
Alright guys, 40 minutes later and $21, our food has arrived. First off, bravo for the homemade tortilla chips. And I can't even necessarily remember what the names of all these were, but damn, that doesn't look good. Homemade tortillas, guys. This is amazing. And considering you're in Santa Barbara, probably one of the more expensive cities in the country, all this for $21 is not bad. Are you okay with me eating all these green bell peppers? I have gas.
Oh, God. They taste so good that for once I will make an exception and let you eat them. That, as I already knew, was seriously worth every minute of the wait. Agreed?
Yes. Good choice, honey.
Yes. I knew it would be a win with Ben. I'm so glad that I got to bring him here because I really wanted to share it with him when I came down here in October, but he was home that trip. Cool background on this place. There's a guy sitting next to us and he said his dad has been eating at this place since they opened 38 years ago. And apparently Julia Child used to eat here and kept trying to talk them into like going big, you know, like opening more restaurants. And they always said, nope, this is it. We keep it simple and we're just gonna stay here. 38 years later, if you come to Santa Barbara, this is an absolute must stop.
Alright guys, we're gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for riding with us today. More studio sessions are coming your way, but one of the good things about being here on the Central Coast is that there's tons of strawberries.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
Good. You look good today.